Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave, and today we're playing Interceptor Ace, Daylight Air Defense over Germany, 1943 and 44, put out by Compass Games and designed by Gregory Smith. So I've had this game and played it, so I thought I'd get it back out and give it a go here for the channel. So, hope you like what we're doing. We don't have an open the box on it, but we do have the game set up already. So as you can see, I have everything set. I already did my roll for my aircraft type. I ended up with a Focke-Wulf 190 A4. My base zone is the Ruhr. My air base is M. Gladbach, and I'm flying in 1 JG2. Okay. So I have my sheet here, my ammo's on it. Most of the action, a little bit here because of the ammo, but and my damage, but most of the action is going to be right here. One of the things I do like, and over here on this far side is my pilot status sheet. I did start with an officer, so he is an Oberleutnant. Make sure I got that right. Yes, Oberleutnant. And because he's an officer, he got 1 experience point, and I spent that for my reflexes. So reflexes gives me the opportunity to shoot first at any range. I can pick when I want to use it. The other thing I'm using is the P1 position chart, and the way that works is I roll a die when I engage, and instead of always coming in from the front and kind of, not knowing where you're really shooting at, I actually get a direction or approach that I'm coming at. If I get into close range, over here is a modifying table, so depending on whether you're high, level, or low, it will modify both my hits and the bomber's hits. So it's kind of I like it. I like the realism of this. It reminds me of B-17 Queen of the Skies, when the Germans came in at different angles on the plane. It also has the vertical climb and vertical dive. The little red marker is mine. I had an extra marker in a box, and I used that to mark whether I'm high, level, or low. So that's all that is. So it did not come with the game, but it's a homemade counter. So my pilot's name is Stockel, and we will be starting in March of 43. The first thing that we do is roll for weather. So I'm going to roll the 2 dice, and the weather is 6, and a 6 is good weather. So no effect there. Now we roll for our raid target. And this is the chart we use, and it is March of 43. So we're going to roll, and the roll is 7. So it is Rouen Rail in France. So I check my board up here, and on the Ruhr, I come here and I go to the France and the bombs. So they have not dropped their bombs yet. So I get a chance to hit these guys before they drop their bombs on us. Okay, so you can see you're right into the action. So now we roll for the interception to see what planes we intercept. Here we go. It's on B1, so bear with me as I find my charts again. It's been a while. So we roll the dice, and we get a 6. It says head on. So I intercepted them, and we need to see the aircraft target type. It's a 10-sided die. So again, March of 43, there's no fighter cover, and we rolled a 5, so we got B-17s. So I take my B-17 marker and I put it over here. So that's what I'm going up against. And now I'm going to roll to see which direction I'm coming in at and what altitude. So I roll. It is direction 0, which would be 10. So I'm actually coming in a vertical dive. So in this case, on a vertical dive, the fighter gets to attack and they can't hit me on this first pass. So it's one pass on the vertical dive. Okay. And I'm going to do a very quick rules check and just make sure I didn't mess that up. So yes, I was correct. So it's one pass from a vertical dive and it happens from medium range. And on the, when you look here, on the vertical dive, it's the fighter does the following package if a GP is hit, 1 to each. Okay. So I get one pass, and I do not believe that the bomber gets to fire at me. So I'm aiming for the airframe. So we're going to pull our card here. We're aiming at the airframe. My firepower is 6 on the forward cannon, 4 on the forward cannon, 2 forward machine guns. So that's 12. So that's my firepower. So my first card is on 12, 4 hits. Okay. So I get 4 hits on him. So we're going to roll. On aim at the airframe, we're going to roll. And it's a 10-sided die. And we roll a 4. That's a random wing. So being random as I am, 0 to 3 will be the left wing, port wing. So it's a 4. It's the starboard wing. So I put a damage counter on the B-17 on the starboard wing. He can take 4 hits there. Okay, hit number 2. It's a 1. Airframe. So we hit the airframe. His airframe can take 5 hits. Hit number 3 is an 8. Engine, port. And on the port engine, it could be inboard or outboard. So we'll roll a die. 1 to 3 will be inboard. 5, it's the outboard port engine. Okay, port engine, outboard. He can take 2 hits out there. That's 3 hits. And hit number 4 is 3. Airframe plus a gunner. Okay, so I hit the airframe and I hit a gunner. So that's one of his crew that returns fire at me. Okay. So now, he didn't get to fire at me because of the vertical dive on this position chart. So now I roll for my second pass because we come up out of that. And so we do the same thing we did again. We roll, and he's going to get a position 4, and a 3 is level. So he's coming now. He's at long range. Excuse me. Oops, grabbed a bomber. He's at long range coming from position 4. So what that means is, and level, there'll be no change even when we get into close range. Okay. So at long range, I'm -1 random hit. So I draw for my hits. I still have, oops, I fired my cannon. I'll take my ammo down. All right. So we fire at long range. And we have 12 still. We check our hits. And at long range, it'll be -1. 2 hits, so we only get 1 hit. It's an airframe, of course. That's what I'm aiming at. Okay. So we roll for the airframe hit. And it's a 6. Oops. Grabbed the wrong. Grabbed the wrong one. A 6. A crew injury. Okay. So now for the crew injury. Bomber crew. So we roll the 2 dice and we see what it's going to be. It's a 10. A 10 is a gunner. So he's going to lose another gunner. So we're going to put a little marker out here to the side that says 1 because all fire takes place simultaneous. So he also gets to fire back at me now. So we draw his defensive fire card, and it is 3 hits. But at long range, he's -1, so he only gets 2 hits on me. Okay, so now we go to the B6 fighter damage chart, and we roll. The black die will be my 10-digit. So it comes up 22. My port engine, so on a Focke-Wulf, you only have 1 engine. So he hits the engine on the Focke-Wulf. It goes into the engine armor. Okay, he gets 1 more hit, and it is 12. Port wing. Okay, so he hit my wing. Oops, port wing. I can take 3 hits there. Okay, now we're going to go to medium range. And I still have my reflex, but I'm not using it yet because I'm trying to get in close to him and then use it and see if I can knock him down. Maybe I'll get him at this longer range. Okay, at medium range, and I fired those. I've expired the ammo from the cannon that was in the machine guns forward firing, and that forward cannon, they've expired. Okay, so now my firepower drops to 8. Okay, so at medium range, I get to fire. Firepower is 8. 1 hit, so I'm just not hitting him, and a gun jam. Roll for random if more than 1 firing. Okay, 1 to 3, it's the forward guns. 4, 5, 6, it's my cannon. Damn, it's the 6. So my cannon just jammed. So I didn't hit him with that. So that means that it drops to 6 or less. So I still get 1 hit on him. Okay, so I scored 1 hit at medium range. So we're gonna roll. And I got an 8. And an 8 on the bomber is engine, port side. And I need to roll again to see 1, 2, 3, it's the inboard. It's the inboard. So I've hit his inboard engine both times. Or I'm sorry, hit his port engines. Both port engines have 1 hit on them. Okay, he fires his defensive fire. His defensive fire is 3 hits. Okay, so now I got to take 3 hits. All right, 3 hits. And I'm supposed to be marking down. I'm attacking a B-17, and we went to ruin. Okay. So here we go. We've got to roll for 3 hits. First hit is a 21. 21, landing gear. So that'll affect me when I go to land. So he hits my landing gear. Second hit. 26. Controls. He hits my controls. You can only take 1 more. 63. A crew injury. Okay, so I come over here for crew injury, and I roll. There's a chance that I won't. Oh, there's a chance that I won't get injured. Drop my die. Nope, got to get it in the dice tower. It's a 6. Hits my pilot. Okay, now I got to roll a die. And it is a 6. Guess what? Killed him. His mission, that's it. We killed him. He's so done. Game over. So, that's funny. I did a test playthrough and I had the same thing happen. They killed the pilot. Okay, so that concludes our playthrough. I'll have to assign another pilot, draw another random plane, and we'll see what we get. But that's what happens in this game. You might go all the way into 44, or you might die on your first mission. Unfortunately, I died on my first mission. So I'll reset the game, and we'll see what I draw, and then we'll go from there. That gun jamming really hurt me, although I was only going to score one hit anyway. And so unfortunately the rolls just weren't there for me. Well, that was quick for this mission, and I'll set up and I'll run another one here and we'll see what we get. So hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty fast. And we'll like I said, we'll set up. I'll do another random draw. We'll see what type of aircraft I get, whether I get a Focke-Wulf again, or if I get a Messerschmitt, or a 109, or maybe even a 110. You just never know. And then we'll go from there. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next playthrough. Thanks.